And I'm very much looking forward. This will be the second game I've gotten the call here for Louisville City, and we're off. An early contact there as Rochester was working in the backfield. Going to be a foul on Louisville City. And a deep ball down to the left side. Want to throw in there. It'll be interesting to see which two styles wins out first, as Rochester has a impressive defense.
Rochester's defense has been terrific. I mean, I've just one goal in 3 matches so far this year and very few shots even.
And there was a ball sent into the box, but dealt nicely by Louisville City. And the break is on, trying to find Fondy up top, but it was just outside his reach.
I think you'll see Louisville do that all evening long, but certainly here early as well, when they feel that Rochester is going to put, sometimes in set pieces especially, 5 and 6 guys forward in the box. They're going to look for that quick counter. You saw they tried to create one on that opportunity there, but couldn't get it done.
It was a nice combination play there, but Louisville City does well to get rid of it, and Brian Burke just sends that one way outside. It actually almost went out of the park.
In this game, warning track power is not something to be proud of.
Yeah, actually, you don't want to be on the warning track.
We had a chance to walk around the field before this match, and it was really interesting because there's obviously the stretch where the infield is covered with the sport turf, but down in the corners as well, in the end, that's the offensive end for this first half for Rochester. There's a little patch of it as well in each corner.
Oh, and some nice footwork there by Dakers. Unfortunately, turned over to Rochester. Rochester with an opportunity, a shot, but that is just a bit outside. And it looks like Rochester's, they're putting their foot to the pedal.
Yeah, Rochester, certainly in these first couple of minutes, is putting a little bit of pressure on early here. And they're doing that again right here. You can see they're pushing up and trying to put some defensive pressure, which was kind of what Coach O'Connor anticipated early. They do this early in the match, and they drop back and try and trap you in the midfield, give you a little bit of a different look. But here they're definitely trying to put a little pressure on. Louisville doing a good job showing some patience.
And there's some late pressure there. Louisville City still on their side of the field, trying to get it across the field, but almost picked off there by Rochester, and it is. And he's just outside the box, now inside the box working. Nice little combination play there. Louisville City doing well to find their men, and a nice clearance there.
Certainly the first 3 minutes has been all about the Rhinos here.
Of course, Rochester has been absolutely dominant this season. As you mentioned earlier, 5 goals and only conceded 1. It's a pretty incredible rate. Louisville City coming on this side of the field on the near side. That's West trying to send a short cross into Pollock. Back to West, and a nice little flick there to Pollock, but he falls down right on the pitcher's mound.
Well, it's not perfect. It's not perfectly flat where the carpet is down, and you wonder if maybe that contributed to him stumbling a bit right there. It's impossible to tell from up here, but as we said, we walked around, and the main thing is it looks safe for the players. That's probably the most important
part of it. Bob, you might be a hero. You pointed out when you walked down onto the field that they need to fill in some of the cracks so the cleat doesn't get stuck.
Well, there was one stretch where I thought a cleat could get caught, and I pointed it out to the great groundskeeping crew here, and they were nice enough to bring out the wheelbarrow and start patching it up. So, looking for the players' safety.
Really, we do it for the children, really. That's West on the near side, trying to find Charlie Adams, and that ball will sail out of bounds. And look to see West do that a lot, too. He's done that almost every single game, coming outside of the backfield and moving up top.
For the goalkeepers, they have the issue of having to play on 2 basically completely different surfaces from one half to the other. And you see right there, he slipped as he took the goal kick, playing on the carpet at this end and completely on grass at the other end.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and you would know a lot about that as you played a little goal in between the pipes back in the day, did you not?
Yeah, I was a college goalkeeper. We didn't have any. I didn't play one match on artificial surface, so I wouldn't know about that.
Adams there in the midfield, gets it to Dakers, working it on the far side. getting the
That's
ball.
a good ball to
Dakers,
space, yep.
dangerous position here, and he's good on the ball. Kind of trying to put a couple moves on, sends it into the box, looking for Fondy. But Rochester, again, defensively, they're hard to beat.
And they have, as we've said, they've been so sound defensively. That was a good attack that time by Louisville, as you mentioned, all triggered by the good ball deep down the right side.
Oh, and here's an opportunity there, but just outside of Fondy's touch.
Playing a little, looking for some aggressive long through balls here early. And that is certainly not necessarily playing the long ball, but certainly part of Coach O'Connor's strategy. You know that. We had a chance to visit with him. He talks about attacking from every position on the field.
Yeah. Because you want to take every opportunity you can against Rochester. And there's a Louisville City player down there. I believe that was Adams, excuse me. From this vantage point. Well, he's up and moving. When I see who it is, I will relay that message.
Good news is he's okay, so they're going on, and we shall as well. It's interesting. I watched a lot of the game against Pittsburgh for this Rochester team, and they do a terrific job of just keeping the pressure on, and finding that one misplayed ball or bad pass, and then they are in the counterattack in a flash. And you can see right here that they're doing it again, putting the pressure on early, trying to force a mistake.
Yeah, Louisville City's going to have to be really careful moving the ball from the backfield, because as you pointed out earlier, they do like the trap on the corners. Yep. Louisville City there is somewhat of an opportunity. They do maintain possession. Rasmussen sends it to the near side to West.
That was a good ball. He's going to keep it in? No, he's not.
That was an excellent vision by Rasmussen, and he did a lot of that in the first game here in Louisville Slugger Field. He was an absolute dynamite player. Actually, he scored the first goal in Louisville City history.
Yeah, and had a really, really solid game there.
And there's Dakers getting taken down. He's holding up his hand. He looks like he needs a minute or two to come to his senses.
There's only 5 undefeated teams in the league, and two of them are in action today. Of course, a very early part of the season, but still 2 wins in 3 matches with a tie for Rochester and 1 0-1 for Louisville. And both these teams looking at this game with a very kind of sense of importance for so early in the year.
Well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if Rochester wins, that'll put them atop the standings. And if Louisville City does, they can move up to second. And it looks like Dakers going to try and just walk it off, and he actually gets the ball here, just outside the box, sends it to the far side. And they will end up losing this one here. Get a throw in. And Louisville City working out of the backfield. Again, looking for West. Trying to find Pollock, but it's a little too far in front of him. And Rochester with a deep ball downfield. Louisville City again doing a good job of covering up, but no, not quite. Spoke too soon.
Nicely blocked there, though.
Kadeem sends it back into the middle. Again, Louisville City so far looks like they're having a hard time getting onto the attacking third. As West again sends a deep ball looking for Fondy right on the pitcher's mound.
Well, trying to take advantage if they're going to press up and put that much pressure on. See if you can hit that long ball and create something. But as you mentioned, they really have not been able to do that. They've been kind of on their heels for the first 9 minutes of this one.
Well, absolutely. Again, Fondy looking for Adams there. Again, nice trap by Rochester. And Louisville City trying to get it on something started on the far side. They will win the throw in, as you can hear the crowd very much liking that call.
Good hustle play by Dakers there.
Again, Louisville City having to work out of the backfield.
It's a hard thing to do when they're putting that much pressure on, but when we talked to Coach O'Connor, one of the things he said is you still have to be patient. You know, you can't let them force you into getting out of your game and starting to take high risk passes and creating turnovers. And this has been a good patient possession here.
Louisville City working on the far side. An opportunity here. Kadeem kind of stuck on the baseline. That will go out of bounds. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub. Rochester, looks like they're getting the counter started here. Louisville City doing a good job of recovering. Finding their men, that's going to be key tonight. Rochester working from the second base. And nothing going on too much right now,
Yeah,
just a little midfield battle.
Clearly winning the possession battle here. This is another very patient possession, and they've really done a very nice job, even though Louisville has shown really no holes yet. Now there's an opportunity here.
Sending it deep downfield. But Louisville City will do, looks like they're gonna safely clear it out for a goal kick here. Again, Louisville City doing a great job of not pushing up too far to put themselves in a dangerous position with this Rochester counterattack. Again, working out of the backfield. They seem to be so far favoring going to West right now, as called his name quite frequently tonight. Rasmussen. Now on the far side, Fondy calling for it, and he will get it. But a nice save by Grinwees there, coming out off his line. Absolutely perfect play right there.
Yeah, you got to make that decision in a split second, and he came off very confidently and took the ball cleanly, eliminated that threat.
And a
Louisville free kick here.
It's fortunate for Louisville City. If that's a Rochester free kick, that's a very dangerous position right there.
Both these teams have done very well in set pieces early in this season. In fact, they both have a goal off of a set piece in this young season and a couple of other near misses.
Again, Louisville City trying to work the deep ball, looking for Adams, but that is way too far in front of him.
Well, you can see if they perceive the pressure is going to come early, that's going to be their answer to it. They're going to look for a couple of long ones and see if they can find a hole back there. But this team has been very sound defensively, Rochester. We talked about that right at the top.
And Louisville City trying to trap on the far side. Sends it now to the near side. Working again into the backfield, Rochester is. And Kadeem there, a nice turnover. He's got the moves. He beats his man, tries to send it in. Nice deflection there.
Wins a corner. Kadeem's made a couple of, Baker's made a couple of really good effort plays, winning a throw in earlier, winning the possession back for Louisville. Now he turns that into a corner here.
And he's a very electric player too. When he has the ball at his feet, he is very dangerous.
We should point out, we actually are seeing it from the reverse angle of it. You'll see it on TV. So when we refer to the near side, it's near to us, but it was the far side for you. So this ball on the near corner on your screen, the far corner for us.
So Adams looking to, like he's going to take this corner. Kadeem coming forward. He sends it into the box, and Grinwees does a nice job of getting that ball, and he'll just hold it.
Yeah, nobody really there to, not much of a threat, but Grinwees, as you mentioned, very, very confident, 6'1", out of Michigan, and does a really, really good job of coming off that line with authority.
Now, Bob, back in your day, did you come off the line with that much authority?
When I got a little bit more confidence, I did. Not so much as a freshman, more as a senior. That is one of the hardest things, obviously, and especially when you get a day where the wind's blowing, you're not quite sure where that ball's going when it's up in the air. And a mistake for you winds up in the back of the net, so you don't have a chance for somebody else to cover for it.
And Louisville City, nice combination
Oh,
play
that is
here.
nice.
Adams.
Oh, That's going to be a, yep.
Adams again, also extremely electric player. He scored that electrifying second
Be a card
goal.
here, maybe? Nope. Came over. The referee came over. I thought he was going to give a yellow card, but
Looks like O'Connor not happy there. I think he wanted a card.
Take a look here at the replay. Oh yeah, and you see Coach O'Connor going crazy there on the sideline. He would have given him a card if he had one. He's talking to the referee right now.
And Guzman stepping over, sends it into the box, and an opportunity there, but that goes just outside the box. And he was pleading for a corner kick.
Boy, again, we've talked about that. The set pieces for both these teams, and that was another really dangerous one.
Yeah, and that was Murad there with an excellent opportunity. And of course, you can hear the fans, they're pleading for the corner kick. The ref will have none of that. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content.
Well, Louisville seems to have settled down a bit after what would be best termed a wobbly first 6 or 7 minutes. No pun intended on your name.
You know, that's actually one of the best puns I've actually heard on my last name. Most people don't even come close to saying it correctly. I've come to just respond to any name really nowadays. And a little back forth here. Ball still in the air. Nobody's won it yet. And we got a man down. It looks like we'll have a foul on Louisville City here.
It's a dangerous place for a free kick. Right in the center of the field there. Some 20 yards or so above the top of the box.
We got a couple players standing over this one, it looks like.
Played it out wide.
A deep ball. Looks like he was really almost looked like a shot from that far away. Looks like he maybe lost control of that ball there, but interesting attempt there. Louisville City winning the throw in here. And that's the first time Goodwin's really touched the ball all night so far. Louisville City's done a pretty good job on defense, not letting the ball go all the way back to Goodwin. Again, working out of the backfield to Rasmussen. Nice little move there. Trying to get it to Burke, unable to. Rasmussen does get it back, though.
Well, nice job to win it back, because that's when they will put that aggressive counter on you there. You make a mistake with a pass in the midfield, and they are off to the races, and Louisville did well to win it back there.
Particularly right there, as Dixon was in a very dangerous place for Rochester, the former Tar Heel, as is Scott Goodwin.
That's a nice ball changing fields there. Some room to work.
And Burke,
dangerous.
And Burke tried to get it to Dakers, and again, that's the artificial surface. A little slipping and sliding there.
Well, I think he stepped on the seam between the grass and the carpet.
Burke with the throw in on the far side, or the near side, depending on your perspective. And that ball is way back. Again, allowing Louisville City to reset the defense, or the offense. All the way back to Goodwin. Now Shinoski. Again, Burke getting pressured there. Does well to get rid of it. Looks like there's a foul there.
Yeah, there is. Louisville doing much better handling the pressure there. Early on, they were really being pushed back and seemingly on the cusp of a turnover almost every time they had the ball. Now they're doing a much better job and getting a little bit of patience here in the midfield and trying to build the attack here.
Now Shinoski working out of the backfield, sends it to the far side, looking for Dakers again, and Dakers does well to get a touch onto that at all.
He really did well to control it, not only get to it and then control it, wins the throw.
And Dakers then gets it, slipped a little bit, and Rochester's able to steal it, but only as far as Rasmussen. Rasmussen Send it into the box, looking for Pollock. Pollock does excellent job there to try and find Fondy. But again, this Rochester Rhino defense, they'll give nothing up.
Yeah, that was a terrific ball and a great touch. The crowd appreciates it. Turn that into a threatening play. But as you mentioned, this defense is rock solid. On the year, the Rochester Rhinos giving up just 1 goal in 3 games. Only 8 shots on goal. They've had 21 on the season, so their defense has been stellar.
Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. Couple of whistles there.
But these teams are off to good starts. We got a player down.
And the ref is coming over to talk to him here. Looks like he's having a little conversation with West there and the side judge.
Is that Rolfe? I think that's who it was.
Yeah, that was Rolfe there, and you could see a little frustration on his face, like he wanted a call or something there. Louisville City, again, working on the backside. Burke trying to get a combination play going with Rasmussen. They do maintain possession.
They do make it hard for you to string passes together, though. They are constantly up and putting pressure, and they've done a good job of that early, although Louisville's done a much better job of late controlling the ball.
Again, Rasmussen in the midfield. Nice job there to maintain
Nice ball,
possession. And Adams getting pressured.
Been a good
Finds
possession.
Pollock to Dakers just outside the box. Dakers getting 3 men on him. Adams sends it into the box, and keeper will save that one.
That was a good possession by Louisville. They really did a nice job working it to a dangerous position, right? The Dakers in the middle there. Couldn't get much of a shot off, but did a really good job to maintain possession on that one.
And Dakers has done extremely well.
Yeah, he's had a good game.
Absolutely, so far. In Rochester, again, not much going on there, as Burke will send it downfield, looking for Fondy, unable to find him though, and Rochester wins the ball back. And Fondy applying some pressure there. Rochester just waiting for their opportunity to pounce. Nice little step over there. Again, on the far side, near side for us. Louisville City doing an excellent job there of winning the ball back. And West will send that deep downfield, looking for Fondy. Does find him, but not for very long. Louisville City win the throw in here.
Both these teams, as we said, off to terrific starts. And Rochester having to play their first 5 games on the road.
That's a rough schedule right there.
Start to the year, and yet they have unbeaten in their first 3, 2 wins and a draw. And then Louisville won 0-1, but boy, they've got to feel a little bit unlucky against Richmond. They had so many chances in that first half to go up by 2 or even 3-0. It was just 1-0 at the half and wound up being a 1-1 tie, but they had a lot of opportunities in that one.
And an opportunity here for Louisville City. Got Burke on the near side. Burke, nice little move there. Sends it into the box, looking for Fondy. Takes a deflection, almost finds Pollock. That ball will go out of bounds for a corner kick from home plate.
Yeah, that was a dangerous ball, as you mentioned. He had Fondy, and then behind him had Pollock, had 2 guys there. Either of them could have made a play, and had to head it over the end line to give up a corner. A nice ball there.
Looks like Guzman will be the one to take this. Again, almost exactly from home plate. And this is the corner where he's got all day and all times of space. Guzman sends it in. A bad corner kick there. His ball went low as he had a couple guys on the far post.
Yeah, that was obviously not what he's intending to do, and he's usually very good there. He's the one in the Richmond game that set up the King goal with a beautiful free kick.
And then West there finds Dakers in the box. Dakers, a little showmanship there with nice little juggling action.
Going to be a goal kick, though.
And Dakers doing extremely well with the ball on his feet.
Stats so far, each team with a shot. Louisville has 2 corners. Rochester yet to take a corner.
There's Pollock. Sends it over to Guzman, to Shinaski. Working again on that near side to Burke. Back to Shinaski. Rochester applying pressure. Finds Adams. A little dangerous position there, and Rochester does pick it up there. Again, that trap is vicious.
Oh, look at this dangerous ball here.
Extremely dangerous ball. A nice move there, but again, Burke doing it.
Wins it back. Got a hand on it. That's a terrific save by Goodwin. Got the left hand on it.
And you can see Goodwin yelling at Burke, something he didn't like what he saw, but that was an excellent job there by the Rochester striker. My goodness.
Take a look at the replay here. Ball's almost taken away. Stop, wins it back, and then almost puts it. That was headed just inside that far post if Goodwin doesn't get the left hand on it.
That was an excellent job by Rolfe. I thought Burke had that one. And then a corner again here. Not quite out of danger yet, but the Louisville City does eventually clear that one into safety.
That was a perfect example of what Rochester does so well. They win the ball at the midfield, and then a series of maybe, 3, 4 quick passes, and the next thing you know, it's in your own box, and a very, very dangerous situation there. Good save by Goodwin.
An excellent opportunity there. Another opportunity here, working inside the box. Takes a nice deflection off Louisville City defender. Rochester again sends it into the box, but that'll go safely into Goodwin's hands.
Starts the counter quickly.
Looking for Pollock. A fall back to West. West holding on to it. Dangerous position here for Louisville City as Rochester was swarming. Little pinball action here. It looks like an opportunity looking for Fondy. And Rochester does well to get rid of it.
Did well to keep it in as well. Controlled the ball and kept it.
There's a man down. Looks like Rasmussen. Looks like he needs a minute or two to regain himself. Just got the wind knocked out of him. Again, Burke on the near side. Working with Guzman. Trying to find Adams, so Rochester does a great job of clearing it. And allow Louisville City here to work from the backfield once again. Now West was looking for Pollock, but that'll go all the way out of bounds for a goal kick. And McMahon for Rochester's done an excellent job on this near side for us, the far side for you all watching this broadcast, of not letting Pollock really do a whole lot, even though West has done a great job of coming forward and putting dangerous balls into Dakers. And Rochester with an opportunity here, a couple short combination passes, but Goodwin will scoop that one up. It looks like he's starting it early again to West. Again to Burke. Over to Guzman to Rasmussen. Short pass is there. Again, coming back to West. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information and an opportunity there. But Grenois doing an excellent job once again. Excuse me, Grinwis doing an excellent job in the net.
I thought this would be a good matchup, and so far it has been. It's had some ebb and flow. Rochester having the better of the play early. Louisville getting a couple of opportunities. Then Rochester with a good opportunity just a moment ago.
And neither side's really given up a whole lot. There's really, each team's only had one legitimate opportunity where it's required the keeper to do much of anything, and an opportunity here, but that will go against Louisville City, much to the crowd's dismay. Cooper's not happy with that one.
Nor is that man, I don't believe. James O'Connor expressing his displeasure about that.
Wonder what that conversation is like down on the field. And sends it in to the attacking side. But Pollock there does nicely to win it for Louisville City. Not quite won yet. Almost spoke too soon. And again, Dagger's an excellent jab there.
And a nice touch to get the counterattack started.
And started by Guzman, and Dakers sends it over to Burke. Again, a little combination passing here. Louisville City kind of resetting here. All the way to West. Pollock racing down for that. Getting pressure, does nicely to save it to Adams just outside the box, and an excellent save by Grinwaits there. Another excellent combination passing there from West to Adams.
Louisville did a nice job on the counterattack up the right side, then switched fields with it, and that opened up that little passing to Adams. Turned and fired. Got one on goal.
And again, that was similar.
Take a look at it again. There's the ball to Adams, left foot. And right in position is Grinwis, makes the save.
And that was somewhat similar to Adams' first goal for Louisville City. Was on this side of the field. Then he did a little pirouette and shot and sent it upper 90. Again, Rochester being slow and methodical with their attack. With a dangerous ball there, looking for Dixon. Dixon's knocked over, but no whistle there. And Dixon's still on the ground, not really happy with that one. Guzman working with Rasmussen in the midfield. Again, working out of the backfield.
I don't care what sport you're coaching, watching, managing. Here's a long ball that.
Shanoski.
Yeah, a little dangerous here.
That ball was asking questions.
I was going to say most of the time. Well, here's another dangerous ball.
Oh, the flag is up, though.
Offside.
He's miles offside there.
You have a team that is good defensively. You can be sure that they are going to take away your main weapons. And the one guy's name we haven't called very much for Louisville is Mr. Fondy, Matt Fondy, who, of course, is such an important part of this offense. They've done a very good job keeping him in check. We haven't heard much from him so far.
Again, Adams sends that one out of bounds. Rochester will get the throw in here. That was Ruggles to send that one. A deep ball here. Louisville City does nicely. Wins the possession back. Again to West. Looking for Pollock. Slipped there. Pollock somehow loses it here, though. But Louisville City wins it right back. Little back and forth play there. Fondy to Guzman, who was trying to get the give and go with Fondy. I don't think Fondy was quite expecting it, but he does well. Fondy, an opportunity here just inside the box. He's working, streaking towards the middle. Sends it to Guzman. Oh, what a shot by Guzman. Oh, my goodness. And Fondy with the assist. Absolute majesty right there. My goodness, that was quick.
Right after I got through saying we haven't called Fondy's name much, he comes up big. He did the heavy lifting on that goal, taking nothing away from the finish by Guzman, but what a job to win it back. Then the nice little move here, and then the beautiful pass to Guzman running on from the back, and it's in the back of the net. But Fondy really did a masterful job of creating something on that long ball.
And that was an absolutely perfect layoff for Guzman, too. Absolutely incredible there. And that's only the second goal that Rochester's conceded all season.
Louisville City still, by the way, has yet to trail at any point in any match this year.
All right, now that's an incredible start right there. Oh, Dixon here for Rochester. Tries it from distance, takes a deflection into Goodwin's hands.
Again, look at the quick counter, though. Look, and there's something here possibly.
Oh, Fondy. A lot of contact there. Louisville City will get the throw in.
Well, Coach O'Connor's so high on Scott Goodwin, who is just a terrific young talent. Was with DC United up until the last cut, I believe, and they were. Coach told me they went through 60 goalkeepers that they looked at, considered before. I mean, they obviously, any team going to make an important decision like that, but that's how much input they put into it. And they were so pleased when they got Scott Goodwin.
And Adams does a nice job to get to the end line first.
Nicely won there, though. Well defended by Van de Castile.
Goodwin sends it up to the goal scorer, Guzman, who sends it over to West. To Pollock, to Guzman, nice little triangle action there. Guzman does well to win that one back as it was briefly lost. Again, Chinaski sending it to Burke. Burke, nice little move there. Looking for Rasmussen. Oh, nice step over there, and it looks like he was trying to flick that up to Burke. And we'll go to Rochester.
I mentioned earlier, Louisville a little disappointed about the result. 1-1 Richmond, where they had so many opportunities in the first half. Just come out of it with a draw. But, you know, if you win at home and draw on the road, there isn't a league in the world where that's not a recipe for success. So they got a win in their opener, a draw there, and now trying to get win number 2 in their second home match of the year.
Well, as you know in soccer, the most important thing is a result. A draw, you get them come away with a point, and that's all that really matters in the long season.
On the road especially, absolutely.
And Burke looking for Fondy just over his head. Dakers does well.
Boy, he is winning. He's winning every 50-50 ball in the stadium.
And Fondy was trying to find Dakers. Dakers goes to the ground a little too easily for the ref's liking. There again, Ruggles. Trying to get a little give and go there, and Dakers challenges him here. Ball not out of bounds yet, and it will go out of bounds. And Louisville City ends up winning it.
Essentially, he wins it again. Dakers is just, he's taking every ball that is, forget 50-50s, 30-70s. He makes, they're his as well.
He's got like cat-like reflexes tonight right now. He's sticking his foot up and somehow finding the ball.
Yeah, he's been really, really fast to the ball, very decisive, made some very, very good plays. Calling his name a lot so far.
Oh, opportunity there for Dixon. As Louisville City, a little miscommunication.
A great hustle again to win it back.
And that's Chinaski sending it over to Rasmussen.
Just a far cry from the first 5 minutes or so of this match. Louisville was under very much pressure and looked very erratic at the start of the match, really, but has really settled in, had the better of it of late.
An opportunity here. Adams looking for. He found Fondy, and Fondy gave it right back, but Rochester now with the counter. Louisville City trying to close, gets Dixon.
And space.
Dixon with all day. Gets into the box, he's taken down. No penalty, as they say, the ref signaled that he got the ball first.
It'll be a corner. Everybody's mad now. They want to take a look again. Very dangerous spot.
Curious.
I'm not
I plead the fifth.
Let's just say we're a long way away from that play.
No comment. Rochester again to win with the corner here. on the near side on your screen, and the farthest point away from us. Sends it into the box.
And again, this is where Louisville feels they have a chance to get some counters. They push so many guys up into the box on the set pieces.
And Dakers.
There he is again.
Dakers. He's been everywhere tonight. Nice little step over move there. Beats Ruggles.
Oh, that should be, yes it is. Should be a foul right there. He's going to be a card, I think.
And again, Ruggles took Dakers down, and Dakers.
There's a yellow card.
The first booking of the game. And my goodness. All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today.
Now these are the kinds of plays Louisville had right before the half in Richmond and let a bunch of those opportunities go. And James O'Connor thinks that was the difference between walking out of there with 1 point and 3 points in the standings. And so we'll see, can they turn this very dangerous position for a set piece?
And there's
to
a
second goal.
Nice close-up of Guzman there, as Guzman and Adams are both over top of the ball, and it will be Adams to take it. He sends
Dangerous.
it into.
Oh!
He found Shinaski's head, but it goes just over the net.
Shinaski at a 6'4". That's a good guy to try and find on that particular play. Got his head on it, but just nodded it over the crossbar.
That is a massive target there.
You playing he's got a big head?
Well, he might. I haven't compared my head with his yet.
Louisville's had much the better of it, compared especially to the start of this match in the last 15 minutes or so.
Might even say the first 20 minutes, Rochester looked like the stronger team. And then all of a sudden that just changed as Louisville City got multiple opportunities. And Louisville City pressuring the attack here. Again, working with Pollock and West. West flicks it up and that will go out of bounds. And Louisville City will win this ball here.
They're really defending well. Louisville's, even though they are such a attacking-oriented team, James O'Connor making no mistake, they are a sound defensive unit as well.
Oh, absolutely, especially tonight. And thank you, Mother Nature, for keeping the rain away, as rain was forecasted for much of the day, but it's been an absolutely beautiful evening so far. And Dakers again racing down the far side, or excuse me, near side.
Yeah, it's going to be a lost opportunity for Louisville there, but Dakers is having a very, very strong first half.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's literally been everywhere. He's come back, helped with the defense. And again, I still think my favorite part is literally watching him stick his leg up and somehow finding the ball when that ball is traveling fairly fast. Grinwis here. Sends it deep, looking for Dixon, and that will go all the way out for a Louisville City goal kick.
Well, to state the obvious, you certainly want to get into the halftime break here with that at least 1 goal lead. You don't want to make a mistake here in your defensive half and negate a lot of that good work that's taken place over the last 15 or 20 minutes or so.
Again, Guzman all the way back to Shinaski, getting pressured. Sends it back to Goodwin. Louisville City resetting here. Guzman to Rasmussen. Ooh, opportunity here, dangerous play there. And again, Louisville City doing just enough defensively to not really allow Rochester an opportunity off a dangerous turnover. Fondy applying the pressure there. And we're in roughly a minute left to play. Not sure on the stoppage play. Fondy looking for it, but the flag is up. I thought he lined up just a little too far, a little too anxious.
One minute extra time, at least 1 minute extra time, according to the fourth official, is the word we're getting.
Again, if you're Louisville City here, you don't want to accidentally give a late goal.
Yeah, you don't want to undo a good first half.
And Dixon
Dangerous.
there, opportunity here,
Oh,
just
my.
over the frame. Wow. And you can see him holding his head right now. He knows he needed to do better there, at least put that one on frame.
That's exactly what we were talking about. That's the one thing from Louisville's point of view you didn't want to see happen right before the half, undo a lot of the good momentum they built up over the last part of this first half.
And Goodwin will send this one to midfield. Little pinball action here. Rochester wins the ball. Louisville City swarming him right now. Again, trying to find Dixon. Dixon, had he looked up, if he had tried to settle that ball, he could have had a shot on target right there. Again, only a matter of time till the halftime whistle blows. And there it is at the half. Louisville City is up 1-0. And what an incredible first half it was. All right, welcome back. Sorry about that little miscommunication there on my part. Welcome back into Slugger Field in Louisville, Kentucky. As I'm joined here again by Bob Valvano, and as you can see on your screen, a little highlight package from that first half.
Yeah, and right out of the start, Louisville was kind of on their heels, and they really had I would just say, Jim, maybe the first 15 minutes or so, they were kind of clearly Rochester getting the better of the play.
Yeah, I would say for the majority of that, it would seem like 15, 20 minutes, Rochester was really pressuring the other side.
But then Louisville gradually took a little bit of control, and then this was a beautiful goal. Watch the ball here by Fondy, lays it off there for Guzman, and he drills it right in the back of the net. But the play before that is really when Fondy did the heavy lifting. It was a long ball that he had to win, and he won it, controlled it, brought it back in a position where he could make a pass that put it in a very dangerous place. And as we said, Guzman running right onto it, made no mistake, and that's the difference in the game. Shots are 4-3 for Rochester. Louisville with 2 saves to the Rhinos 1. Both teams have 2 corners. 9 fouls for Rochester, just 4 for Louisville, and there's only been 1 yellow card. Ruggles getting that one. And that was largely because the guy we got to mention, because he was terrific in that first half, was Kadeem Dakers, who was just all over the pitch and was the one who drew the foul that ultimately led to that yellow card. He was outstanding. But Louisville had a 1-0 lead on the road at Richmond, and that one dissipated into a draw, which, as we said, is not a bad result on the road. But, you know, coaches always want more. But on top of that, Louisville just felt they had so many chances that game. They really thought they could have come home and arguably should have come home with a win, and they don't want to let one get away at home here against this very good Rochester team. Both these teams unbeaten so far in this young season.
And of course, something we hadn't mentioned yet, but Louisville City is without Gaia Bend, as he will be out of roughly 6 months as he got a nasty tackle. And Louisville City's done well in his absence because of the position he plays. He's kind of the holding defensive midi. But again, Louisville City doing well in his absence.
A couple of lineup questions, I guess, would be the for me. And again, you know, we are not privy to an injury report, so I don't know if this has anything to do with that. Certainly, I think Grinwis has played well, but the regular goalkeeper has been Brandon Miller so far in this season, and he's been very, very solid, facing 8 shots with 7 saves for an 87 save percentage. But also, Christian Valesky has not been in the lineup tonight, and he's a guy that has been terrific. He's had 2 goals so far in this young season, and 4 shots, all of which have been on goal, and did not get the start tonight. He hasn't played, right? I don't believe he's gotten in.
I don't believe I've called his name yet tonight.
He's a guy that is a rookie, was the 2015 MLS the Combine. They have a Combine as well, like so many sports are doing. He was the Combine MVP back in January. And so certainly they have great aspirations for him, and not in the lineup tonight.
It looks like we are only just moments away from the second half starting here. As again, the field will switch as Louisville City will be attacking for us on the far side, the very far side. And Rochester will be coming to the near side. As the players are lining up, coaches and medical staff and everybody's.
It was just drizzling when we went out there for a moment ago to just step outside the booth. And I only bring that up because, you know, this is still a kind of a new environment. It'll be curious for me if it does rain a little bit, what the sport turf area of the field will be like. And that's going to be the side Louisville's defending this half. So we'll certainly keep an eye on that as Scott Goodwin bouncing around in front of the goal as he's getting ready for the second half, where he'll play defending on that carpet after playing the first half on the grass.
And it'll be curious to see what he does here as Louisville City starts with the ball. And they will work it out of the backfield. Shinoski starting early, sending it deep, looking for Dakers. Dakers loses it here. Rochester, Dixon with an opportunity here. He's got all kinds of space. A nice move there. And he is a little pushed off, but that will be a foul just outside the box.
Yeah.
As Rasmussen got a little too physical there.
I think Rasmussen felt he was beat, and the best thing he was going to be able to do is to just stop play and take a foul there, which is what he did. Wasn't booked for that.
And talk about a perfect timing there, as that could have been a very dangerous position. That could have been a penalty, as it was literally just outside the penalty box.
Again, both these teams have been very good in set pieces so far in this young season, and is a very dangerous place. Much like the start of the game, Rochester coming out of the chute quick.
And step over there as Walls will take it. He puts it on frame, but a nice save by Goodwin.
It was right at him. I mean, it was nice that he got it on goal, but certainly not a particularly challenging play for Goodwin, although he took it cleanly.
Oh, opportunity here as that looks like Pollock on the far side, the far side.
For us, he might as well be on the highway.
He might be in the river, actually. It looks like Louisville City will get the throw in there. And they send it in, looking for Adams. Oh, nice little move there as Adams sends it into the box.
Oh, my goodness.
And that went right by, looks like Fondy and Dakers. And again, pardon us, it is literally on the other side of the field.
It went by everybody. Everybody had a swing at it and went untouched.
And almost went in.
Over the end line, and turns into a goal kick.
You know, that might have been one of the most incredible accidental goals in the history if that one had somehow crept in, because nobody was doing anything with it. Again, Rochester, an opportunity here just outside the box. Takes a deflection. That will be a corner.
Well defended by Burke, but it does concede the corner. And again, the start of the half, much like the start of the game, pretty much Rochester's way. Louisville did get it down to the other end, but not nearly the kind of opportunities we've seen Rochester have here early, as it'll be Mendoza taking the corner here.
Mendoza sends it into the box. Bodies flying everywhere.
Smart play by Goodwin. You got to just punch that out, and he did. Cleared it out of trouble. Well played by the keeper.
Mendoza will leave this one here for Ruggles to take.
Crowd chanting Scotty Goodwin.
Oh, a lot of contact there, and that will go against Burke.
Well, it's like a carbon copy of the start of the match, isn't it? I mean, the first, it's been pretty much all Rochester, just as it was at the start. Here's another dangerous opportunity for Mendoza.
And that was Walls that took the spill. Again, looks like Dakers and Adams standing on the pitcher's mound. Mendoza sends it into the box. Dangerous. An real opportunity there. Oh. And that is just wide. An excellent opportunity there by Ugarte. And he just sends it wide.
Holding his head, because that certainly wasn't his best strike. But wow, a difficult play for Goodwin. He's in amidst a lot of bodies. He can't really get a lot of force behind the punch out, so it winds up being just pretty much knocked straight down, and they are coming onto it is Ugarte, and he did not really hit it the way he wanted to, and Louisville kind of dodges a bullet there.
And that's really the second opportunity that Rochester had to put it on frame, and again misses. That's Dixon working with the ball. Nice little step back there.
Boy, again, this is just like, it's just, I feel like I'm watching the first half flipped over. All Rochester at the start here.
That's Ruggles and Mendoza on the base path. Again, trying to work it into the box. Nice little interesting kung fu jump into the sky. Are we sure this is the second half? Because I'm not entirely certain right now, as I feel like I'm calling all the same plays I called at the beginning of that first half.
Yeah, it really is. Louisville under attack here early. See if they can withstand it and find a way to put a counter together, but Rochester certainly not making it easy.
And that's Shinoski trying to send that ball deep. Oh, slip there.
On the carpet.
And you got to wonder how many times that's affected plays tonight. As Rasmussen there, trying to find Fondy. Fondy does well to keep it.
Very much like that long ball that led to his assist on the goal. Winning the ball and then turning it and advancing it, shielding it beautifully.
Again, Rochester wins the ball back here.
Oh.
Nice little contact there. West letting him know where he is. A lot of contact. Almost looked like a full push there and no whistle.
That was what they call in hockey a two-hander.
That was an American football play right there. It was would it be a 5-minute major penalty into the box?
Nonetheless, no whistle, and on we go.
As Rasmussen working with the ball. Costly turnover there as Dixon has some time and some space on the mound. Nice move there, but sends that ball a little too far in front of him. Louisville City wins it back.
Yeah, James O'Connor told us before the match that was a guy he was very concerned about, just what you saw right there. He said if they find ways to get Dixon the ball in space, he makes all sorts of things happen. You can see a little bit of it on that last play.
Well, there's Rasmussen right there on the ground.
It's the second time he's been rolling around in some agony.
And you got to wonder if that's somewhat of a little bit of a revenge play, as it really did look like West kind of shoved the Rochester player there on the far side. And it looks like Rasmussen's going to try and walk it off here. As Rochester with the throw-in. Really to nobody except to Shinoski, and Shinoski sends it back to Goodwin. A little danger here. As with that surface, who knows what that ball is going to do. Again, Dakers working with Burke to Rasmussen, who crosses fields to West.
Skips. You can see it's getting a little wet. That ball skipped.
It's a little hard to see how much it's raining, if it is raining at all, but as you did mention when we're coming back into the half, it was starting to sprinkle a little bit. Gotta wonder what that does to the field tonight. As West again looking for Pollock, who gets it back to Guzman.
McMahon, nice challenge there to head it clear some danger.
That's interesting play there by Louisville City. Working out of the deep backfield. Rochester applying pressure, and again Rasmussen knocked over in the sky as a high challenge there on the header, and Rasmussen slow to get up.
Well, when he wakes up tomorrow, his body will know he played a match today, that's for sure. He's grabbed his ankle, now his thigh.
At some point he's going to start playing head, shoulders, knees, and toes. You know, he's got to be looking forward to that ice bath after the game. Again, we're roughly in the 54th minute here. And Louisville City does, in fact, win, leading 1-0 right now. Nice little combination play there. Rasmussen sends it in, looking for Dakers. Takes the deflection, almost found Fondy, but again, looks like another foul here as Rasmussen taken to the carpet.
Where are they going to put this is the question.
It looks like they're
talking to Walls right there, the referee.
Looks like Adams stepping over the ball here.
Dangerous place. This is where a little bit closer than this, but kind of where the free kick was for that goal at Richmond. Guzman put it on the head of King in that match. Let's see what they do here.
And Adams sends it into the box. And Rochester does nice to get it out of the immediate danger, but it's not quite over yet. As Pollock trying to win it back here in the far corner. A little combination play that will go out of bounds. It looks like that's Louisville City ball on the far side.
Yeah, good pressure there in that corner.
The hidden corner. Burke. Adams trying to do a little too much there. And it looks like the counter is on for Rochester. Again, Dixon. Lovely moves with the ball at his feet. And Louisville City will send it back in the sky as Fondy was, and Dakers, ooh, nice step over there. Well, we'll concede the goal kick. Again, looking for Ruggles on the far side. Ruggles sends it, and Louisville City looks like they're going to here. Nice pressure there, a lot of contact and some slip. It's in a shot, but
boy, they have had a couple of opportunities. Crowley wants a foul, largely because
there's a lot of contact there.
Is that Morad, who's unhappy, thinking that he was fouled, and made him fall to the turf? But really an opportunity wasted again for Rochester. That ball was just able to run onto a shot dead center and didn't even get it on goal. Missed it by a pretty good margin. That's two balls they really had opportunities. They didn't get a good strike on either one.
And Louisville City working on the far side, excuse me, near side for the viewers. Rochester wins it back. Trying to find Dixon.
Oh, nicely won there.
So it'll go all the way back to Goodwin. As that's now Rochester with 12 fouls for the game. It's been a lot of fouls in the second half so far. Much more physical style.
Goodwin likes to try and trigger the counter quickly. I like that.
Well, he's always got his eyes up looking downfield for the best opportunity. As Rasmussen here sends it to Adams. Adams dispossessed. And a little pinball action there as Louisville City not quite losing it here. As Rasmussen will chip that, looking for Adams, but that'll go out of bounds.
We are in the 60th minute here with that first half goal by Guzman holding up for Louisville City.
Again, a lot of slippage here early in the second half.
I think that little light mist really, and it's, you know, it's a humid kind of night. The field's getting a little dewy. I think it's making some guys slip a little bit.
Again, that's Pollock. Sending it over to Guzman. Guzman getting it over to Burke. Burke looking for Dakers. Little miscommunication there. Dakers applying pressure. And Rochester Wills not quite out of danger yet, as Louisville City seems to be backing off just a little bit. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content.
Patient possession here by the Rhinos.
Oh, and Dakers does well to win it.
Why should we be surprised at that? He has done that all night long.
Dakers now with the ball. Send it back to Shinosky. Again, Louisville City working out from the backfield. Rochester really applying pressure.
That's what they like to do. They'll win an errant pass and then get that counter going, but Louisville does a good job of winning it back, and now they're going to try and press the attack here.
And that's Burke to Dakers, trying to get the give and go as Burke was pushed off a little bit. No whistle there. As that ball falls all the way back to Greenwich. Fondy applying pressure. Now Adams just inside the box. switching to the middle, takes a shot. But Grun with a nice save there. As a very defense didn't give a man on or man up.
Yeah, Louisville almost taking advantage of one of the rare defensive breakdowns for Rochester. This team is so solid and organized in the back, but that one almost cost them a goal.
As this ball will go for, looks like a Rochester corner, and looks like we do have a substitution.
Yeah, we're going to have a couple of substitutions for Rochester, including the young man we mentioned a short while ago, Christian Voleski, the guy who is a
potent goal scorer,
offensive juggernaut, and he will come in for Christian Silva. And we also have Kenardo Forbes coming in the game. He'll come in for Marcos Ugarte. So a couple of subs for Rochester here in the 63rd minute.
I'll be curious to see what the fresh legs do, as it seems like the 60th minute is the most popular minute to put your subs in.
Well, here's where they get very aggressive. Look how many guys they send up here in the box, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on. If Louisville's able to withstand it, this is when James O'Connor said they're going to look to try and quickly counter. So let's see what happens.
And he sends it into the box. Good one coming off his line. Doesn't get a hand onto it.
I think he touched it a little bit. I don't think he got much on it, but I think he did touch it.
Oh, the shot from distance, but safely into Goodwin's hands.
And he quickly looks to start a counter, but doesn't see much there.
And that was Forbes right out of the gate.
That's what he's in there for.
That's what Rochester needs. As Burke sending it over to West. West sending it upfield, looking for Pollock. He does find him. Pollock getting pressured. Nice little turn in the box. He does fall to the ground. As now Rochester trying to get the counter going. Rochester working on their side of the field. Looking for Forbes. Louisville City will send that one out of bounds. It looks like we've got Niall McCabe coming in for Louisville City. And he'll be replacing number 7, Kadeem Dakers. And Dakers played one heck of a first half.
Boy, he was
early
terrific.
on the second half.
A big hand for Dakers, who had a terrific night. He was all over the field. By the way, we're told there was a mistake on the field. It's actually number 7, Obasi, in for Rochester.
Well, our mistake there. The Englishman.
Not Voleski, so we'll make sure we can confirm that here. 7 instead of 8. Yeah, close.
I bet the 8 ball didn't see that one coming. There's Adams. Oh, nice combination there as the counter is on for Louisville City. Looking for Fondy on the far side. Takes an interesting deflection. As that almost paid off for Fondy. Adams sends it into the box. Nice defense there by Rochester. And the counter looks like it's on for Rochester. Switching fields to the far side. Striking. Working it now into the middle. Back to the outside. Louisville City applying pressure. But Rochester doing well to maintain it. He's racing towards the box, sends it in.
Dangerous, oh my goodness. Walls did a lot of work there and put a very dangerous ball right through Louisville. Fortunate, no striped shirt was able to get a foot on that one.
And that slipped like 2 or 3 players and almost went to the back post. But again, Wall was in a dangerous position.
Oh.
And Dixon is taken down. There is the foul.
Dixon again, the threat that James O'Connor told us about before the game. You see it right there. And a very, very dangerous spot here.
And it looks like Forbes is stepping over the ball right now. A little gamesmanship there. Oh, and there is a booking.
Take a look again at the foul right here. You see Dixon, and there it is. Pretty easy call, actually, I think, but I'm not sure who they gave. Who did they book there?
That's what I couldn't quite see. It looks like Dixon was complaining, and I might have gone to Dixon. I'll confirm that here momentarily. As the ref did pull him aside, I guess he was talking a little too much.
Very dangerous spot right here. This is almost exactly where they put one in the back of the net against Pittsburgh.
It looks like Forbes standing over the ball.
Just bent it over the top of the wall, and it was no chance for the keeper. It was West, Louisville's Adam West, who gets the yellow card.
And Forbes steps over at the shot right into the box. Or excuse me, right into the wall.
Yeah, well done in the wall there, though. They held their ground. That's what you got to take one for the team. Oh, dangerous.
Oh, opportunity here for Dixon. Dixon does find the back of the net and ties it up as Dixon, a lovely ball, bounced right underneath Goodwin. And it is all square in the 68th minute.
Now Dixon is the guy, as we mentioned about 2 or 3 times during this ball game. When he finds a little space, he's dangerous and just turns it and cranks it. And even though Goodwin's in the right spot, he's mad with himself, but that's a tough one to fault the goalkeeper, because it is just, he's in the right spot. He reacts to it. He's still lambasting himself. The goalkeeper thinks any ball he gets his hand on, he should save, but that's a difficult one. That ball was absolutely blistered at him, and he did get that right hand on it, but it went underneath him, and we are tied at 1.
Louisville City with the restart. Quickly to Rochester, though. It's now working from the backfield. A little slippage there again, as that ball a little too far out in front. Chinaski will guide that one out of bounds. And again, the slippage.
That's going to be a foul. Yeah, that's a good call.
And it actually looks like, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is number 8, Valesky, in.
Yeah, well, then I've gotten all sorts of bad information. So, yeah, I think number 8 is out there. And that was a.
We should have gone with our gut. We were right the first time.
Yeah.
It's Louisville City now sending it back to Goodwin.
Well, we'll see what kind of an answer Louisville has. They had a good answer in the first half when they were really pushed on their heels early, and then pretty much controlled play for the last half of the first half. But here in the second half, it's been much more controlled by the visitors, and they got their result to tie this match up at 1. And still, Louisville looking for some way to re-seize the momentum here.
As West and Adams trying to get a nice little combination going here. West will send that back to Rasmussen. A nice little give and go there. Nice little flick too. Looking for Fondy. Fondy taking it back to the middle, getting pressured. And he still somehow maintains possession. Kind of resets. Now Rasmussen from just outside the box. That ball took a deflection, but that was heading on frame.
And you can see that the one thing that Fondy does is he attracts so much attention. He had 3 defenders chasing him there as he carried the ball across the middle of the field, and that opens opportunities for players coming from the back and on the wings, and that's what they tried to get there with Rasmussen, but unfortunately shot it right off his teammate and went over the end line.
Again, Rochester looking to take the lead here. As again, both teams still undefeated in play. As again, trying to find Fondy. It looks like that's Forbes on the near side, or on the far side of the viewers. Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. As again, Rochester and Louisville all level in the 72nd minute.
2 balls on the field. That is not a USL rule innovation. That's, the 1 ball went up into for baseball, what would be the first base stands, and the fans threw it back out while the ball was already being put in play.
Although it would be rather interesting to see 2 balls in play at the same time. It'd be pure chaos.
Think outside the box.
As Rochester defense doing a great job here, trying to get the counter going, but Rasmussen gets his foot on it. Rasmussen gets the ball back, sends it to Adams. Adams leaves it trying to leave it for Fondy.
Just a half a count late coming from the back, Fondy, and again, well defended. This team is solid in the back.
And there's a whistle here.
Ooh, wow, that was interesting. Louisville tried to go quickly off the free kick.
Almost cost them.
Yeah, almost did.
That was a heads-up play by Rolfe there. Of course, the ref hadn't quite resumed play. Now to West. West sends it into the box and couldn't quite find Fondy, as Fondy wasn't really running onto it. Goes safely into Grinwey's hands. A little back and forth action here and some contact. That's Rasmussen going to the ground once again.
He's drawing fouls and is certainly playing a very physical game. He has been on the turf seemingly as much as he's been standing up on it.
As Louisville City with the restart there. Nice little flick to Rasmussen.
Really no room to work there, though. They've got to get the ball switched to the other side, and look at this counter here.
The break was on, but Louisville City doing a nice job of getting back in position. A lot of contact there, and the ref does blow the whistle. It looks like he's going to have a nice conversation here. I've almost always wanted to have a mic down on one of the players or on the refs during one of those exchanges just to see what is actually said.
Nice crowd on hand here for the 2nd match ever in Louisville City FC history. 4,722 the attendance. So a good crowd here on a nice night in Louisville.
Oh, Rochester with an opportunity here. Sends, excuse me, that was the shot. I got my names mixed up there, but that was Forbes again with a dangerous opportunity, but he sends that one just over top the box.
Got another substitution coming on here. It's going to be Rolfe going off. Tyler Rudy in for Colin Rolfe. So some fresh legs to try and get what could be the decisive goal.
And again, roughly 15 minutes here as we're in the 76th minute of action. Again, Rochester and Louisville City tied 1 apiece as Adams here really magic on the ball. A lot of contact, bodies flying everywhere. Fondy now gets the ball just on the far side of the box. And Rochester does well to
they're not out of trouble yet.
And Rasmussen
now
trying to flick that in, but a wild series of play right there.
Louisville's going to make a substitution here as well.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
Ilya Illich going to come into the game.
Looks like he's going to replace Charlie Adams.
Yep.
A big 94.
Louisville really hasn't had a particularly good chance this whole half. They really have not.
It has appeared that Rochester really has dominated the play in this second half, as they've had the lion's share of opportunities.
Yeah, they really have. But all it takes is one, and ball played to space on the far side. And played into touch, and Louisville will get a throw.
And they throw it in quickly. Guzman, the goal scorer, working with Burke. Guzman looks like he was trying to find Rasmussen, but that was a little too far ahead of him. As Rochester now with the counter, a lot of contact there as Forbes, a big body, big menacing body, holds on to the ball as Rochester kind of resets, but they will end up losing this one out of bounds. West to throw this one in. Louisville City once again working from the backfield. Haven't really had a whole lot of action this second half for Louisville City, as Rochester really dominating the ball. And again, that trap working wonders for Rochester in the second half. Rasmussen switching fields to Burke.
Some space on the far side. What can they do with it? Let's see.
Oh, Burke chasing it, gets to it first, sends it into the box, but it is dealt nicely with Rochester. And they're looking for Dixon. Well, Louisville City does well to get that one, as that could have been an incredible opportunity for Dixon and Pulaski. Again, Dixon with the ball, kind of tripped over that one. Interesting play there. And very bizarre play. So he was playing from the ground. Rochester again feels like they've dominated possession this second half. Just patiently working the ball. Again, working from the midfield. Again, that's Forbes. No opportunity here in the middle of the field, but that does fall to Burke, as Forbes was applying pressure. As you can see, again, he slipped on the artificial surface. Oh, nice little move there, but again, not really out of danger yet. Real opportunity here for Dixon. He's racing into the box, sends it in.
Tried to chip it to the far corner from a very, very steep angle, but he is a creative offensive player. You see that there again.
And that would have actually been one of the more incredible goals I've ever seen if he was able to get that one on the back of the net. I thought he was just crossing that one in. And Burke working with the ball. Guzman switches fields. That's West on the ball. Rasmussen, nice combination here. A nice move by Illich. But Rochester does clear it.
Well, Rochester has 7 shots this half, 11 for the match. Louisville just 2 this half, 5 for the match. It's been all the visitors here after the intermission.
And the counter is on here. Looks like for Rochester. Well, it looks like they'll elect to kind of reset it. Oh, nice takedown there, but that will end up being a foul as Mendoza was taken to the turf. It looks like that'll be on Illich. Again, looks like we're in the 81st minute again, tied 1 apiece.
Take a look at the foul here. Ooh, that's a tough call right there. James O'Connor certainly not in agreement with it.
And the ball's back into play here. Sending it into the box, not out of danger yet, but again, Rochester, the final touch in the third, not quite working for them right there, as Louisville City wins it back. Ooh, costly turnover here, dangerous racing towards the end line, but
Get a corner out of it.
and that one is sent miles out of bounds.
Yeah, but Louisville having some problems in the back here in the last few minutes, and certainly that's as much to do with the wonderful pressure that Rochester's putting them on in these last few minutes as we get another substitution.
And it
here.
looks like that was Alex Dixon coming off for number 10, Duba. That's probably my favorite name to say. I love those one-name guys. So much easier.
So you're probably disappointed that Cher and Madonna don't play soccer. Then.
Yeah, something like that.
But Dixon, I'm not so sure Louisville's sad to see him go.
Oh no, if I'm James O'Connor, I'm very happy. As that ball working back in the Rochester side of the field.
Well, Rochester certainly pressing up, not being happy just taking a point here on the road. They're trying to get the game winner here.
Owen Forbes racing down the field. Sent it into the box, a shot, but that one's deflected and never really had a chance. But that actually, no, excuse me, that will be a goal kick. I thought that took a deflection off Shinaski.
The man of the match has been named, and it is Kadeem Dakers, and with good reason. He was all over the pitch for much of the evening, winning every 50-50 ball in sight, it seemed.
Literally, if the ball was on the field, he probably won it.
He was a very strong performance for Kadeem Dakers, the 23-year-old from Rosedale, New York.
Again, West throwing it in here. Gets it to Illick. And they end up losing it here as the Rochester defense, again, doing well. But it's not quite over yet as that falls back to Guzman.
Whoa, that's a stumble.
Costly turnover there by Morad.
Oh, my goodness. The presence of mind to realize that Goodwin, expecting Louisville to be on the attack, was well out of his goal. Turned and tried one from, what was that, about 40 yards away.
Well, every bit of 40 yards too, but that one, it just sailed a little too far for him. But again, heads up play. As I believe the flag was up for offside there, as that's Duba. I believe that was Duba with the actually opportunity, just sailing it over the back of the net. Again, we're in the 85th minute here. Game is all tied still. And Rasmussen getting pressured there, ends up losing it. Nice little combination play here. But Louisville City doing a great job of marking on defense.
Can they put a counter together? Just find the magic one time.
And not quite Duba, nice little flick, but he is, looks like he ran into a brick wall with no whistle on the play. As Louisville City with the ball now, and they will kick it out of bounds. As it did kind of look like he got stonewalled there. Looks like he's trying to catch his breath on the ground.
Number 7, Kadeem Dakers.
All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Again, that's Duba that did get taken down. And he is up and walking, still holding himself, kind of grimacing. As again, this will be a Rochester throw-in, but since Louisville City sending out Rochester, will just kindly give it right back to Louisville City. Gamesmanship here.
Sportsmanship, not gamesmanship.
Oh, that too. I did misspeak now that I think about that. I'm so used to saying gamesmanship because that is so much a part of soccer. As Goodwin working from the backfield with Shinoski. Murad sends it deep. And that'll go to Rochester. Looks like that Illick trying to win it. There is a flag up. Again, as we're in the 87th minute here of action. Tied 1 apiece. Louisville City working on the near side. Weston Rasmussen. Rasmussen. Oh, nice pass to Fondy. Fondy getting hounded. As I believe that's Duba winning the ball. Duba holding the ball. Not really getting pressured, so he elects to take it in a little further. Duba gets it back. And he is taken down, but that ball will go out of bounds for a Rochester throw-in. As the Coopers and supporter section not happy with that one. Get Duba. Oh, nice move there on the far side, but Louisville City does well to win it back.
Well, he almost magically got it out of that, but as you said, Louisville getting it out of trouble. Now trying to put a late counter together here. See if they can get a dramatic late goal.
As that was Illick on the ball, and that ball soars up into the sky. Anybody balls right now. Again, a little back and forth here. Rochester eventually does win it. And we're in the 89th minute here. Again, tied 1 apiece. Rochester working on the near side. Ooh. Almost something going there, but Rasmussen ends up winning it as the ball switches fields. That's Burke in the backfield, working with Guzman, who switches fields to West. West trying to flick it over the defender. That will go out of bounds for a Louisville City throw-in. As again, my guess is we'll have a minute or two of stoppage time, but we'll let you know once we have those in front of us. Rasmussen working with Burke.
They just are not, it doesn't seem like there's any openings for Louisville right now. They are.
And Rasmussen with a lovely move there to Burke, and now something's on for Louisville City as Burke, trying to beat his man, will go out of bounds.
Yeah, it took a little magic. That's exactly what that was.
Back to Rasmussen. Again, being hounded.
Yeah, he is working. His work rate tonight has been terrific.
And he will win the foul there.
Going to be at least 3 minutes of stoppage time, we're told. At least 3 of stoppage time.
And this game is far from over. So I believe that's Guzman on the ball.
Dangerous in these situations.
Guzman sends it into the
Nice
box.
ball.
Not quite out of danger yet for Rochester. That falls back, but that will go out of bounds, I believe.
It's going to be a corner. Yeah, well done.
Okay.
Guzman did a nice job putting that on the far post, out of the reach of the keeper. Put some pressure on, and we were just talking about this before the match. James O'Connor and I talking about, you know, matches like this, any match, one set piece could be the difference between victory and defeat, and that's what they'll try and do right here.
And he sends it into the box.
Well played there by Grinwistow.
And Louisville City will get the throw in again here.
Yeah, what a good strong punch out of trouble there.
And looks like there's a Rochester player down in his own box. Looks like he's writhing in pain right now, holding his hip.
Interesting to see what this will do to injury time, because we're already at the full 90 minutes have been played. If you look at the scoreboard clock, it shows Nine's 90 minutes there, so we'll see how much time is going to be added now with this part of the equation.
That's Burke looking to throw it in here. Working with Rasmussen, but that ball will sail right back out of bounds. Burke again sending it back, working with Shinosky. Shinosky sending it deep. He had a man in the box, but couldn't quite find him. The ball falls back to Rasmussen before Rochester able to win that ball back. And looks like they're trying to start this counter with Duba here. Now opportunity here for Rochester. He does send it into the box, looking for Forbes. Forbes does nicely to keep that in bounds. But Burke, again, applying pressure, wins the ball back. And he sends that upfield, and somehow Rasmussen kept that one in. Excuse me, that was McCabe. And Rochester trying to get something, a late goal here. Forbes with the ball, trying to put a little moves on here. Again, having to send it back in as Louisville City's doing well at applying pressure. A little too well maybe for their own good. But Burke with the ball, sends it up to Fondy.
Can they get a switch here and get it to the other side? Plenty of room if they can switch fields with it, but really under pressure here and getting very physical as well.
And Fondy lost it there. And a player goes down on the artificial surface, and that's helpful for Louisville City.
See all that room over there now.
And a shot from distance, but that one is miles high. And a little quick restart by Goodwin there. Sending it deep downfield. And there we have it. There
That'll do it.
is the final whistle as Louisville City